If I could sit every girl down for 10 minutes and save her 5 years of unnecessary suffering, this is exactly what I would say. The first thing is this: stop trying to convince people of your value. I don't mean stop being kind. I don't mean stop communicating. I mean stop auditioning for a role you've already earned. One of the most expensive mistakes women make is believing that if they explain themselves better, love themselves harder, become prettier, become more understanding, become more patient, someone will finally see their worth. No, people usually decide how they're going to treat you long before your fifth explanation. The girls who look effortlessly confident aren't constantly proving themselves. They're observing, they're paying attention, they're letting people's actions reveal the truth. The second tip is going to sound dramatic, but it changed my life. Pay attention to how your body feels around people, not your thoughts, your body. Your mind can rationalize absolutely anything. He didn't mean it. She's probably just having a bad day. I'm overthinking. Meanwhile, your stomach is tight, your shoulders are tense, and you're replaying the conversation 3 hours later while pretending you're fine. Your nervous system notices things before your ego does. I've learned that whenever I consistently feel drained, anxious, insecure, confused, or small around someone, there's information there. Not always danger, not always malice, but information. And a woman who trusts herself listens. The third thing I wish I knew sooner is that attention and admiration are not the same thing. Some people will pay incredible amounts of attention to you while having very little respect for you. Read that again. Attention feels exciting because it creates a sense of importance. But admiration creates safety. Admiration creates consistency. Admiration creates consideration. A person who admires you doesn't just want access to you. They value you. The older I get, the less impressed I am by who texts the most, compliments the most, watches every story, or wants all my time. I'm impressed by people who are thoughtful, people who are reliable, people who make my life more peaceful. Because chaos has never been a love language. The fourth thing is this: your life changes when you stop seeing self-care as a reward. A lot of women treat themselves beautifully only after they've earned it. After the promotion, after the weight loss, after the relationship, after everyone else's needs are handled. Meanwhile, they're running themselves into the ground waiting for permission to matter. I buy myself flowers because I like them. I take care of my appearance because I enjoy looking at myself. I rest because I am a human being, not a machine. The most magnetic women I know aren't constantly fixing themselves. They're constantly caring for themselves. And there is a massive difference. One comes from inadequacy, the other comes from love. The last tip might be my favorite. Stop making permanent conclusions based on temporary seasons. One bad year does not mean you're behind. One rejection does not mean you're undesirable. One mistake does not mean you're incapable. I think sometimes women underestimate how many beautiful things are quietly developing underneath the surface, while nothing appears to be happening. Confidence isn't believing everything will work out exactly how you planned. Confidence is believing you'll be okay even if it doesn't. And that energy changes everything, because when you're no longer terrified of disappointment, you become brave enough to actually live. You take the trip, you start the business, you leave the relationship, you introduce yourself, you wear the outfit, you try again, and suddenly life starts moving. If there's one thing I hope every girl understands, it's this: your job is not to become more worthy. You already are. Your job is to become more honest about what deserves access to you. The moment you stop chasing validation and start choosing yourself consistently, something shifts. You walk differently. You speak differently. You make decisions differently. And the best part, you don't become harder. You become softer, calmer, more grounded, more yourself, which in my opinion has always been the most beautiful thing you could possibly be. Love you no matter what.